Hi everyone, and welcome back. I'm with Butch Wagner. How you doing, Butch?
Good. How are you doing, Tom?
Real good, real good. And when I saw you out there, I didn't know you were going to be the person I was interviewing because I used to know you from, I believe it's Excel Gym, right?
Correct. Excel Fitness Center. Yeah, I used to come on your show, your morning AM show, over a decade ago.
Okay, so for about a decade now, I guess you graduated from Sac State, have your teaching credential, did some teaching, and now you're the principal of what's called the County Collective Alternative High Schools?
Correct.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, educational options. I'm the principal of our Independence High School, our North Star Independent Study Program, and our Community Court School.
When did they consolidate the principals for all those schools? Has it been a while?
No, they just did it.
Okay.
You know, the budget, one of those things. But yeah, it was something that's been done in the past. They call it the Director of Alternative Ed, and then it went away for a bit, and now it's returned, and now it's the Educational Options Administrator.
Okay, now before you get this new title and this extended job, where were you the principal? Were you just the principal at one school?
I started a decade ago at community school. I worked there for 4 years, and then worked my way back into administration.
Okay.
Did a year of counseling at Amador High School.
Okay.
Was alumnus there, graduated there
Right.
in '84, so it was nice going back. And then worked at Jackson Junior High for a year as a physical education teacher, replaced Mel White there for a year in transition, and went and did my administrative credential intern and worked on that out at community school and worked with the expulsions and stuff like that.
Okay, so, you know, when you're calling it the community school, do we know it by any other name?
Could be known as court school.
Okay,
so the kids who are expelled out of the district, students and kids who've been on probation, not all kids on probation end up there, but a few.
So you're also the principal of the alternative school, and I think it's good for people to hear that, you know, there's a difference between the two schools. My kids earlier, when they were youngsters and stuff, went to an alternative school, and I think up here in that was in L.A., and I don't think it has as bad of a connotation as it does to here. You know, it seems like, well, you can't get along at Amador and Argonaut, and you're going to go to Independence, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. Maybe you'd like to add to that. I think a lot of people like learning at a different pace or in a different way.
Understandable. It's really hard working as a counselor on the comprehensive campuses at Amador. Not every student's made to fit through that comprehensive cookie-cutter mold. We learn at different rates, different things. We mature at different rates. I've seen some great success through the alternative ed programs. That's why North Star Independent Study works so well for some students.
Right.
Also at Independence, it's for students usually 15, 16 years older. It's a continuation, credit recovery. We still keep things rigorous and keep them active, and we want them to really graduate with high honors. We've seen some real good success.
Okay, now does Independence also like oversee homeschools?
They're two separate. There's North Star Academy or North Star Independent Study, and there's also that's the Independent Study Program. And then there's Independence High School. They're two separate. North Star works with students between kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. Independence works with students between usually sophomore and 12th and adult ed. We also help with the adults who come back or adults who want to come back and get their diploma. We work with them also. We're also looking at getting into the GED with the General Education Diploma. So we're working on that route. Community Court School also works with students predominantly between 7th and 12th grade. Okay.
I was going to, well, why don't we just go to the court school a little bit now and target in on those. I think more people know about the alternative high schools that we have here in Independence, but maybe a lot of people don't know about court school. Tell us, how did that come about, and how long, and what's its main purpose?
Main purpose, community court school is separate from the district. We're pretty unique. We're 2-in-1. Our district is a county and a district, unified school district in one option. So kids who are expelled out of the comprehensive schools, the junior highs, high schools, need another setting to complete and continue their education. Predominantly, they're only there for about 2 semesters, and then they get to go back to the regular setting. So our goal is to keep them going, get them up to date, and help them either with counseling or help them realize the error of their ways.
Okay. Where's the physical location for that school?
It is out in Plymouth. Yeah, we're
Is it
heading up
the
there.
old Plymouth
It was
Elementary?
the old Plymouth Primary, built in 1938.
Okay, the little Quonset hut.
Well, yep, the old Quonset hut.
Okay, it's kind of a cool setting out there. How about how many students are there?
It varies. Usually starts at the beginning of the school year around 8 to 10 students. It can end up around 28 students, 30 students.
And age range?
Age range predominantly that they sit right between 8th and 10th grade.
About 8th and 10th
Yeah,
grade.
yeah.
It's kind of when it's a little hard being a
fitting in.
being a kid, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Not quite either there. Okay, now how do they get placed in court school? Sounds like court would put them there.
Well, the court doesn't. The reason it has that title because in larger school districts, the court school is part of the juvenile hall system.
Oh, okay.
See, we're smaller. We don't have that setting. We don't have a juvenile hall in the area, but it still has that distinguished title. What happens if a student gets in trouble repetitively, they haven't found ways to help that student learn their ways or fit in? What we do is we set up, they go through an expulsion, and there's a panel of 3 administrators, retired administrators, that oversee it.
Okay.
And then the recommendation goes to the school board, and the school board decides.
Look, we have about a minute and a half, so I asked you how they get in. How do they get out, and is there, does the program work?
The program has been
just
successful, yes.
Okay,
What happens is students, we work with ACTA, our local region, and we do counseling. We have ART, aggression replacement training. We have counselors. We have our school psychologists come out. Sometimes kids just got to work through some problems they're going through, and sometimes they just got to realize that they're going to have to be the change. You know, they've been in a situation for so long that they realize that I want something different for myself. So we work with counselors. The panel gets back together. We talk. We recommend if they should go back. But like I said, most of them, it's approximately 2 semesters.
Okay, which is about 1 year.
About 1 school year.
Okay, all right. Well, Butch, real quickly, did you volunteer for this?
Well, for starting off, yeah, it was. I wanted to get into a job. I went out there, worked at the community court school, fell in love with the program. After 4 years, ready for a little change, and went into counseling and really enjoyed that, and then went into administration.
Okay, Butch, well, we're running out of time, and
Okay.
I'm going to have you back because I find it fascinating, and and it's always good to help kids get ahead. And so, thanks for coming by.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be back with more news on the other side of the break.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.